Let me now introduce the keynote speaker of this webinar, Dr. C.V Ananda Bose, IAS. One-man Expert Commission CACLB, Government of India. Dr. Ananda Bose was born in Kottayam, Kerala. As a university student, he had received many prizes, including 15 gold medals for his oratory skills. Dr. Bose has been a recipient of 22 international and national awards for his outstanding contributions in different sectors. In recognition of his pioneering efforts in the field of housing, United Nations has selected his initiatives and awarded him the National Special Habitat Award. Dr. Bose has worked as Secretary to Chief Minister of Kerala, District Collector of Kollam, and Principal Secretary in various ministries such as Education, Forest and Environment, Labour, Parliamentary Affairs, General Administration, Revenue Board, and Vice Chancellor. He was the head of the prestigious Supreme Court Committee on the treasure of Sri Padmanabha Swami Temple. His father, Sri P.K. Vasudevan Pillai, was a freedom fighter. We will now have a short video song from the Hindu faith before the keynote address. And a sudden meeting with the central ministers, Dr. Ananda Bose is unable to attend this webinar, but we have a message from him which will be played now.
I thank Father Robbie and Father Roy for giving me this opportunity to share this platform with His Eminence the Archbishop and the most revered Prior General of the CMI, along with distinguished representatives of various communities in the country. We are here to discuss the way forward for India through the path of social harmony. Pride and prejudice give way to sense and sensibility. When a nation which is driven towards social divide resolves to call its stops and unite in peace. The call for Hindu-Muslim and minority unity in India has come from the citadels of Indian nationalism. Sri Mohan Bhagwat, RSS Supremo, has recently stated in unequivocal terms that Hindus and Muslims and all the minorities in India share the same heritage in this nation and should foster unity and social integration through dialogue. This unity is essential for India's progress. Going a step forward, he has stated with clarity that a Hindu who wants the Muslims to leave India is not a Hindu. Secularism and minority protection are an integral part of the Constitution of India. India is secular, not because the term secular is there in the Constitution. India is secular because the ethos and milieu of our nation stem from our heritage, which is rooted in the belief, Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam, the world is one family. Constitutionally, minorities are assured of their rights. Article 29 stipulates that no discrimination would be there on the ground of religion, race, caste, or language. Article 30 ensures the right of minorities to run their educational institutions. As the elder Canadian statesman Lester B. Pearson observes, it is easy to frame a constitution, but difficult to make it work. India has been facing this difficulty on and off in its constitutional history. To call a spade, India has to face the reality that there is now a communal divide in this country, real or engineered, which threatens to cause fissures in the national fabric. Grandma's wisdom is relevant here. A stitch in time saves 9. Deliberate attempts by misguided elements from across the border, aided and abetted by terror funding, cannot be wished away as an irrelevant narrative. India is under attack. India is under attack from forces from outside and within who mollycoddle with terrorism to destabilize this country, to subserve their diabolic intentions. A clash of civilizations seems to be shaping up somewhere, somehow. Samuel Huntington has analyzed its DNA and presented a cogent picture in his seminal work, The Clash of Civilizations and the Remaking of the World Order. He has made a prophetic foreboding that the future wars will be fought not between countries, but between cultures. How does a nation achieve progress and dynamic nationalism? Dialogue is the basis of democracy, and a series of social dialogues are warranted in this nation to bring people together and establish unity amidst diversity. Unity is not uniformity. We are not aiming at the creation of national clones. We need a rainbow nation, where different hues merge into one and a state emerges where, as the poet W.B. Yeats says, all changed utterly, a terrible beauty is born. India deserves and expects such a terrible beauty to brighten up the communal canvas. What is the way forward? Acculturization through social dialogue and social action. This is precisely what the Chavara Cultural Centre under Father Roby and the Deepika Children's League under Father Roy has been doing. Interfaith dialogue and social harmony. Since hatred stems from the mind of man, it is in the mind of man that stone walls against it are to be built. We need a unified India, a vibrant India where we respectfully agree to disagree on matters of faith and belief, but not on matters of national integration and democratic propriety. The dialogue should start at the village level and progress to the national level. India should put in place a social integration council at the national level and its constituent units at state level to give representation to the various opinion groups in society, drawn from religion, culture, literature, and other vibrant players in social life. Parliament and other legislatures represent the political will of the nation, but politics is not all. A pluralistic society has a chemistry which is subtle and sustainable. There should be democratic institutions which reflect the collective thinking and feeling of the plural polity. It is also worthwhile to create bicameral legislations in the states where they are now non-existent, so that various shades of opinion in society can find representation. Effective legislative and policy measures need to be initiated to quell tendencies to incite religious and communal hatred in the country. The biblical dictum, leave unto Caesar What is Caesar's and in God, what is God's, seems to be valid in statecraft also. The dove and olive branch are normally flaunted as the symbols of peace. The porcupine seems to be a better model for a pluralistic setup where opposites are to be reconciled and the country has to forge ahead with union of minds. Diversity amidst unity is also important for societal progress. In extreme winter, the porcupines would stick together in a thorny cuddle. Other animals remain separate. Young turks among the porcupines thought, why stick together and get hurt from the thorns of others? Why not remain separate like the other animals? They did what they thought was right. Came extreme winter. The porcupines started dying one by one. The wise elders among them told the youth, the bruise of unity is better than the death of disunity. The bruise of unity is better than the death of disunity. There was once a crow and a swan. The crow asked the swan, which is better, my black color or your white? The swan said, your black is good, my white is good. That's not fair, said the crow. Let us sit together on the wayside. Let the passers-by decide which is better. A stranger came and he looked at the swan-crow duo and said, outside it is two, inside it is one. Outside it is two, inside it is one. A reality check on India's religious divergence will also lead us towards the realization, outside it is two, inside it is one. Let social integration knit India to ensure that divisiveness quit India. I think it is this theme which Father Roy and Father Robbie are trying to inculcate in society. Social dialogue for social harmony alone will make this nation great. It is said, and rightly too, not gold, but only people can make a nation great and strong. Yes, we have joined together here with a clarion call to stay together, work together, keep together, progress together to make this country great and strong through social dialogue and social integration. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I wish this initiative all the best. Thank you, Father Roby, Father Roy. Thank you very much.